everybody, it's Nina. Thanks for joining me today. I'm going to share a close-up look at some of the new products that Altenew has released in their newest release. Now, I want to first start off by saying that Altenew didn't ask me to do this video. I'm doing it because I liked a lot of the products and I wanted to share them with you. So that's why I'm going to be showing you a video of all of the products that Altenew has been releasing. So I'm going to first start off by showing you the pockets that Altenew released, and these are really great pockets that are great for storing your stamps or your dies. I really like the fact that these are very thick pockets. They also have a zipper closure. Now, depending on how you want to use these, you may or may not want to use that zipper closure, and I'll get to that in just a second. They have two different sizes. They have a large and a small. You can see the largest fits the really big 6x8 stamp sets perfectly. So you can really get some great storage solutions with these. These would be a great option if you're looking for ways to store your stamps and dies, and especially the larger stamps, which can sometimes be hard to do. Now, like I said, sometimes you may not want to use that zipper, and I have found that I like using the zipper for certain things, but I don't want to necessarily use it for my stamps and dies simply because that's the way I like to work. I like having my stamps easily accessible, so I end up cutting off the zipper. I cut this off about an inch from the zipper itself, so basically an inch from the zipper into the pocket. So I'll show you here, I got my paper trimmer here. This is the Fiskars reinforced trimmer. I'm going to line this up on the 1-inch line, so I'm cutting an inch off. This is so that way the trimmer can clear that zipper. If you have a guillotine trimmer, you don't have to worry about this, but I also find that this fits the stamps perfectly and it gets rid of any of that excess that's close towards the top. So I went ahead and cut a bunch of these for some of my stamps, and like I said, I cut off the zipper. So as you can see here, I have one of the stamps from the new release into one of these stamp pockets. The smaller pockets fit 4x6 stamp sets perfectly. You could probably fit a slightly larger stamp set into this as well. I didn't actually try that, but the larger pockets are perfect for the 6x8 sets. Now what I want to show you for the largest pockets is that I actually really like using these for things other than holding my stamps and dies. I always have multiple projects going on at one time, and I really like having these for storing projects that I have working on or that I finished, and I want to remember what products that I used with those particular projects. Some of these have Stamp Timber products in them from my Simon Says Stamp projects, so I can't show you all of them, but this one here is a card that I just posted recently and features some fun products that I needed to remember which I used in this card. And they hold a bunch of things really, really nicely. This pocket here holds a ton of stuff. I've got a ton of things in there. And this one here even has some embellishments in it as well. So you can see you get a lot of use and you can fit a lot of stuff in these. Plus, again, you have the zipper, so nothing's going to fall out. And I've really found this helpful. I actually accidentally figured this out when I had some products sitting out and I needed to put them into something so I didn't lose them. And I had these pockets sitting on my desk. I'm like, oh, this would be perfect. So since getting these pockets, I've been using the big ones really pretty much exclusively for that because I found them so helpful, and I do keep the zippers on them. And then I just stick them into my Raskog cart that sits right next to my desk, and I can easily flip through them and find what I'm looking for, and it has been helping me stay organized so easily. Okay, so now let's move on to some of the stamps. I don't have all of the new products that are released, so I'll show you the ones that I don't have at the end of this video, and I'll show you a close-up look here of the ones that I do have. This is the More Than Words stamp set, and you can see it's filled with tons of beautiful sentiments in a nice script font, and it also has a fun sans serif font that pairs up nicely with these beautiful scripts. You get a lot of really great sentiments out of this set. Another fun product is the Fantasy Floral die, and this is so much fun because this is a layering die, so you get the pieces that can help you build a layered flower. Altenew is so well known for their layered stamps. Now they have layered dies, so you can get a really cool dimensional die cut using just this die set. So I'll show you here, I've die cut this flower from 3 different colors of cardstock. I've used a light pink, a dark pink, and a red. And I'm going to layer these on top of each other to get a layered effect. I'm just using some simple tape runner and layering these on top of each other. And once you have them all attached, you end up with a really cool dimensional flower. I really loved using this die. I used it on a couple times on a few different cards, and I really like the different results that you can get. You can mix and match which colors you use on the bottom and the top. So for instance, you can start with a lighter color on the top and then work towards a darker color at the bottom. Or you can go in the light to dark motion that I did here. So here's a close-up look of the detail on that die. It's very well detailed. And then you also have 3 different size leaves that you can use as well. These leaves are very similar to the vintage florals leaves in that stamp set that they released, which is one of their original sets. And I think you could probably stamp with those onto those dies. I'm not positive on that, but that would be something to experiment with. Another fun product is this really cool doodled lace cover plate die. You can see the amazing detail that this die gives, and it is sized to fit an A2 sized card. I've cut this from some dark colored cardstock, and you can see that you get some really cool stitching details on those images that it cuts out. And if you put this onto a contrasting color of cardstock, you get an amazing effect. I ended up creating 2 cards with this panel, and I also used it to do some dry embossing. So you can either die cut it like this, or you can emboss with it. So you can get multiple uses out of a large die such as this. So I've really found this die really fun to play with. Another die I have loved playing with is the Rose Filament die set. These are so much fun. I have made a bunch of cards with these. The die set comes with a ton of flowers. These are quite large too, so you get really a lot of flowers out of this set. I've cut a bunch of them out here so you can see all the different shapes. There are large ones, there's small ones. There's a really fun sketchy feel to the flowers, and I really like that you can use these both as an outline. You can use just the outline, or you could use the negative pieces and fill it in. So you like maybe use a darker color of cardstock and then fill in with a lighter color, or vice versa. You could really do a lot of different things with these. I've been using mostly the outlines, and I really like being able to incorporate these onto a card. Now, a previous release from Altenew were the script word dies. So you had congrats, love, and hugs, and these are really nice detailed sentiments. You can see the really nice thin lines that you get here. I really like Altenew's word dies, and I was really excited to know that they were coming out with a second set. So this is the scripty words 2. And again, you can see you get 3 different words in that same delicate font. We've got happy, thanks, and fabulous. So you can really use these in a variety of different ways to create some fun cards in a variety of themes. I ended up using one of the words, the thanks, in a card that I created, and I'll show you that in a few minutes. But I really like that you have now 2 sets of these and can get a lot of great sentiments just by these 2 sets. Now, another previous release from Altenew was the Halftone Hearts stamp set, and now there are coordinating dies to go with it. So I was really excited about that, and I already had the Halftone Hearts stamp set, so when I saw that the dies were coming out, I definitely wanted to get those. So I ended up taking the hearts, and they do come connected like this. You have 2 sets of connected hearts, so you could actually leave them connected and die cut with them, which is what I did here, but you can see that they nest all together perfectly, so you have a really great range of hearts. Even if you didn't have the stamp set, just buying the hearts themselves would be so invaluable. And I'll share what I did with these hearts connected to be able to create some really fun cards. So let's look at some cards that I made using some of these new products. First, I have this set of cards, which were really fun to make. I used the Rose Filament die, and I die cut those flowers multiple times and layered them together to create dimensional flowers to stick onto my card. The sentiments on these cards features the script word dies, so the original script words, and I die cut those also from multiple pieces of cardstock and layered them together. In the background, I used a couple of different Altenew stamp sets, including the more than words sentiments, and I stamped those in a random fashion around the background to add some texture. Here's a close-up look at the detail on the roses, and you can see how they cut out so beautifully and add a really fun element to this card because they have that whimsical, sketchy feel. The next card that I created features that fantasy floral die set, and I also incorporated the new scripty thanks, and I also used that lace background die to do some embossing. So that lace background die, you can see I embossed onto the white cardstock, and I ran that through in my Big Shot with an embossing mat, so that really helps you get that nice, beautiful embossed texture. The fantasy florals I die cut from a few different colors of cardstock, and I added shading with Copic markers. Then that sentiment was from the Scripty Words 2, the new Scripty Words set, and I die cut that with some gold cardstock that I had painted using gold watercolors. So that card was really fun to create. I also added some gems from Lucy's cards. These beautiful sparkly gems look so nice around that floral. It adds a really nice elegant feel to the card. Speaking of the fantasy florals, I wanted to show you another variation that I did with that particular die set. This time I layered each of these pieces with both foam tape, and I created dimensional leaves by stacking multiple layers of those leaves together. So I think I did about 4 layers of those leaves stacked on top of each other. You can see it creates a whole different feel. This first card, the one that I did with the elegant feel, this one is just one layer of everything, and I've just adhered them all together with regular adhesive. But the other card has the flower pieces popped up with foam tape, and then of course the leaves are stacked. So it creates a totally different feel, and it's really fun. I also used that lace dye to add some beautiful backgrounds to these cards. These I die cut using some panels that I had previously made with Distress Oxide inks, and I had done some dry embossing on top of them. Then I die cut those backgrounds with the doodled lace dye. It's a totally textured effect. I really love how it turned out. And then I just added some simple sentiments on top, and I used some sequins to add a little bit of embellishing to the card. I also added some gold metallic paint to the inside stitching areas, and that was just to add a little bit of shine to the card and help make the backgrounds look really fun. Now, I had showed you earlier those halftone stamps and dies. These are the cards that I made with those particular pieces. So I used one of the sets of the hearts connected together. You could definitely cut these apart and nest them back together with tape, but I went ahead and left them uncut because that was going to be a lot easier than trying to tape them together. So I went ahead and die cut 4 different colors of cardstock, a pink, purple, blue, and a light pink. And then I die cut those cardstock pieces with those nested hearts. That gave me a whole variety of heart frames that I then stamped with the halftone heart stamps. And I added some backgrounds using the halftone heart stamp set. Really fun, quick and simple set of cards, but they have so much pops of color, and I added interest by varying the heights of the hearts themselves. So you can see some of them I layered on top of each other, some of them I did some inset die cutting, so it was a really fun set of cards to make, and I really enjoyed kind of just playing around with the different colors and creating different variations to the design. Here's a close-up look of that halftone heart stamp set if you've not ever seen it before. I really enjoy using this one, and now that I have the dies, I can use this a lot more often for a variety of different cards. Okay, so now I want to show you some of the stamps and dies that I did not get, but I wanted to be able to show them to you in case you were interested. First up, we have a couple of 2x3 stamp sets. We have 2017 on the left, and also a planner stamp set that's called Currently. Both of these are perfect for planners. So if you're someone that does a lot of planning, these might be something you want to check out. Also, scrapbooking would be another fun way to be able to incorporate these into your crafting. Next up, we have 4x6 stamp sets. 2417 is on the left there. That's a great set for also doing planning. Thick and Thin is a great alphabet set that has both a thick and thin version of these alphabet stamps. And then we also have Charmed, which is a beautiful floral arrangement and also has some really fun sentiments. I really like the delicate feel of that set. I think the sentiments also are really great to use too for a variety of different things. More 4x6 sets include the Sweet Friend stamp set, which I really love that script font on the sentiments. That text font too, that reminds me of a typewriter. I really like that also. And then you also have the Point It Out stamp set, which again is another great planner set, but you could also use this for cards and scrapbooking too. Moving on to 6x8 sets, we've got Building Blocks, which is a really cool geometric set. You have both outlines and solid images of the different shapes. Then you have Circled Sentiments, which would be so much fun to stamp and then cut out with a circle die. You could really do a lot of different things with these, including heat embossing. You could stamp with solid colors of cardstock using ombre inks or just regular inks. Or you could even do some emboss resist by stamping them in a embossing powder and then ink blending over top. Variety of different ways you can use those. Also, another fun 6x8 set that I think is really cute is the Speech Bubble set, which features a ton of different sentiments, including hello, sweet, smile, hooray, you got this. So a lot of really fun, encouraging sentiments and just some fun things in general. For dies, I really love the envelope liner die. I think this would be really fun to be able to create your own custom envelopes. It's also got some fun sentiments and some little borders that you could die cut into the flap of the envelope. A lot of really fun ways you can use that die set. And then that 3D star is so cool. I'm really excited to see what everybody's going to be doing with that 3D star. You could create some really fun things with that and have some really great dimension on your projects. The striped leaf cover plate die is really beautiful. I would love to see this in some really neat fall colors. I think that would be really fun. Plus, you could use this all year long by turning it into a spring or summer theme. And then that Sweet Friend die coordinates with the Sweet Friend stamp set. Here are a couple more die sets that you might be interested in. I really love the halftone circles. If you're interested in finding a good nesting circles die, I would definitely check out the halftone circles because these would be great just on their own, or they coordinate with halftone circles stamp set. Finally, I also got the signature words die set, but I didn't get it in time to use it on any of the projects for this video. So I do have this die and I plan on using it very soon. And I actually did die cut it out after doing the filming of this video, and I really love how delicate and fine these sentiments are. I really think these are great for using on a variety of different card designs, and I really would encourage you to check this one out. So I hope that this look at some of the new products from Altenew has been helpful for you, and I also hope you will check out all of the new products because these were really fun to work with and I really had a great time using these. You can find links to all of these products down in the video description below, and you can head on over to my blog to see the inspiration projects that I shared in this video. You can get a close-up look at all of them and also get information on the products that I used to create them. Thanks so much for watching this video. Please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more inspiration. I'll see you again very soon. Have a great day. Bye!